We are starting today off with a cute little thrift. I really need some frames just in general, but specifically I am looking for a frame for my filet crochet project. This one, to be exact, a video a couple weeks back. I also want to find some fabric because my friend Amanda, shout out Amanda, was like, oh, you should do like a dark, like emerald green sort of color. So I'm gonna see if I can find anything like that while I'm out today. I'm trying to think about maybe what I would want. It would be cool to do like some sort of velvet, maybe. I forgot what it's called, but the one where it's like you have the pattern that's like woven into it, you know, and it's like sort of satiny. So yeah, ultimate form is that I want to put this in a frame with a really pretty background, and I actually pressed some flowers a couple months ago actually, and I finally opened up and they look ready. And I had an idea that in the space like around the edge of the border in the frame that I would kind of cover my frame with that. I definitely don't have enough flowers yet, so I don't think I'm at a point that I will be doing anything with that quite yet, but I'm at least gonna start, you know. And as always, I would love to just find like a really cute little trinket to take home, but the goal really is just to find stuff for this specific project because I really would love to put it up this week. But for now, let's go thrifting. Not a total dud, but it was pretty successful. I found literally the perfect fabric that I was talking about, the one that I was telling you guys with the like embroidered pattern background. Jesus, jacquard, oh my god. Okay, so I found an exact jacquard fabric that I was thinking of, but no frame. Frames are kind of a dud. The issue with the big frames that I find, and this is always an issue that I deal with that I like sort of forget about until I start going out to try and thrift, which is that all of the big frames are kind of like sealed in, like basically like the backing is just like a paper, so it's not ideal. I'm sure that there's a way for me to figure out how to fix that up so that it could like work and I can replace it, but really I would love to be able to just find a frame where I don't have to do that. I found some other things, I'll show you guys to them later. I'm probably yapping too much about what I found, but I got one more place I'm gonna go to, and fingers crossed I can find at least a big frame there. Found exactly what I needed, and I'm so glad I held out until I got to this Goodwill location and said I had trouble finding the paperless backing. And I know when I was just at the other place that I said I wasn't sure if I could get one of those. Well, I should have just been looking it up online. You can literally reuse them, and some of you that are more experienced are probably watching this thinking how silly I am, but it's fine. I'm all wrapped up. I am super hungry, so I'm gonna get home and eat, and then when I'm done eating, I'm gonna walk through a little haul with you guys. Guys, I had such beautiful, gorgeous lighting, and I missed out and have to re-record because I forgot to turn my mic on. Fuck. Oh my god, the lighting was so good. I'm gonna insert some clips. I'm so mad. Here's the frame that I found. It is absolutely perfect. The project, because I brought it with me, ends up going like about to this blue area, maybe a little bit less. The frame still costed about $10. It was $9.99, so it was a little bit more than I think I would have wanted to originally spend, but I think for a big frame like that, I know what it would actually cost if I were to pay for it full price, so I'm not going to complain about it too much. But it cannot be said enough that these thrift store prices are going up. And then here is the fabric that I found. I found this gorgeous tablecloth. Look, Literally what I was saying, that perfect little jacquard, perfect emerald green. Super excited about this. I almost was about to buy something else, and then this was just hanging up in the most perfect spot. I feel like I manifested this exact fabric today, and I'm so excited. Other things that I got that were necessary before I get into some of the fun stuff that I found. Some other cute little frames that I got. I found this one, this really little one. I thought this would have been cute with like a little Instax photo in here, which I do have like plenty of photos I could use with this. I found this gorgeous gold and silver, like Art Deco, mid-century modern kind of frame. This is 90 cents, dude. Last frame that I found is this guy right here. It's got this like green marble sort of print on it with this like nice little gold trim right on the inside. I feel like it is so hard to find really pretty, unique frames like this for anything that is bigger than like 4x6 like these ones are. For those of you that may not know me super well, I collect a lot of physical media. I started collecting cassettes and CDs really recently. I've been collecting vinyl for like over 10 years. The only physical media I walked away was this one. This is the Shania Twain's Up album. CDs in here are still really good shape. Next, I got a new vase. So the vase that I currently have isn't flat on the bottom. I think it was just one that like my partner got for me one time, like when, I don't know, probably for like Valentine's Day or birthday or something like that. But it's not flat, which was like totally silly because, you know, those bouquets were like expensive at the store. Found this really cool ribbed one. Loved the way that this looked. I grabbed a ball mason jar. I grabbed one of the wide mouths so that I can use my smoothies in these because I have an immersion blender that I use to make my smoothies. So then I can just make it right in here. And then I got really lucky in the clothes front. First, their store that I went to was doing like a 50% off Harley Davidson kind of thing. And I found this really cool sweatshirt. So big graphic on the front, Las Vegas location on the back. It is huge. It is an extra large. So it's like basically a dress on me, but I plan to crop it. I think it's gonna be really fun. I found this really cute like teddy bear button up that I thought was adorable. But the big finds were these skirts. Oh my God. Look at this. This plaid skirt is gorgeous. I did make sure that it's not like 100% wool, so I will be able to machine wash it. I have definitely accidentally thrifted like wool skirts without realizing it and then went and machine washed it and totally shrunk them, which super sucks. And then the other one I found is this black velvet skirt, but hopefully showing the movement a little bit, you can see that it's a velvet. This is perfect. I'm definitely gonna hem this one. This is like the perfect length, but I will need to hem this a little bit. It goes honestly still at a good height, like when I bring it up to like my waist, but I do want it just like a tad bit shorter, maybe more like to my shin, middle of my shin, maybe just under my knee. And this goes, like maybe to like the top of my ankle. I think the thrift gods just absolutely blessed me today. They were like, I literally found everything I was looking for, like the frames, and then plus some like extra goodies for myself. It is such a gorgeous day out, and I was originally thinking that I would spend today sanding and spray painting the frame today, but I am about to head out of town tomorrow to go visit my mom for her birthday. And because of that, I just felt like I couldn't really dedicate the time to kind of like go and do all of that. So I will just have to save that for when I come back into town. But because I am going out of town, I really wanted to finally finish my current crochet project, which is the loopy vest by urthbymorg. I'm planning on blocking it today and possibly attaching all of the pieces. I am more than likely going to take this project with me this weekend, but I have to block it. I gotta steam them, I gotta block them before I attach them. Fingers crossed that this yarn blocks well. It's more like a bamboo viscose cotton blend kind of thing, so we'll see. We'll see. Today's the big day. We are spray painting the frame today. I still have to prep it, so I gotta tape the glass and put tape around it. Fingers crossed that I can actually pull the glass up and out of the frame, because that would make things so much easier, so that all I can do is just spray paint the frame with like nothing in it. But I don't have a lot of experience with some of these older frames, so I don't really know what to expect. I do not have any replacement paper backing for the frame. There is a huge chance I will probably never replace that, if I'm going to be honest. But at the very least, even if I decide to do that, I won't be doing it today. That's going to be something I maybe try and worry about in the future. Either way, I can't put the paper backing on the back of it anyways, because my plan is to put like dried flowers and stuff like that, like around the border of the frame, and I don't have all of those done yet. Today we're just gonna worry about spray painting it and putting all the pieces together. While it's drying, I also finished the loopy vest that I started like last month, but I still have a bunch of ends to weave in, so that is probably going to be something I do while I let the paint dry.
Thinking about it makes me really excited, and it feels good being excited to knit and crochet a bunch again. I don't know how people do that, and I can't find any information online, so I really want to figure that out.
So pretend I have a much cuter outfit on than I am wearing right now. Obviously not wearing the best bralette or bottoms for this top right now. I think that this turned out okay. I don't think it's going to be my most favorite article of clothing that I am going to ever have made, but I do think that it is cute, and I do think it's going to have its uses. I can definitely see myself throwing this on if I'm just like sitting in the yard in like the hammock, or if my partner and I are grilling that day and I want to wear something very light, very breezy. I could also see myself wearing this too, like if I am going to a pool party or something like that. Like this could be really cute. Not my favorite in terms of yarn. I think that if I would have had a different yarn, like more of a cotton, I think I would be so much happier with this. I feel like this sort of like bamboo viscose and cotton blend is just like way a little bit too slinky and silky looking. It also made it like really, really annoying to weave in the ends. I think in the future, since I am a little bit wider through the hips, I think I will crop this a little bit more so that it lands a little bit more like here, because it does kind of like flare out in a little bit of a funky fashion. And I feel like the gaps from one knot to the next are just like not my favorite. And here's the final result. I think that it looks really, really good. It's really cute. The backing, as you saw, I kind of had to hammer into. So I won't be doing any pressed flowers anytime soon, but that is still a plan of mine. And I think that when I get to that point, I'm gonna maybe take it to a framing place or maybe look up how I can totally replace and do something different with the backing. So that is so cute there. I will say there is a huge chance I might reorient my second monitor just so I can see that better. I've done so much crafting today and so many things, and I am tired and I'm hungry. Thanks so much for hanging out with me while I got a bunch of stuff done. I hope to see y'all again soon.